World of treats by joining in with this beautiful tribe that we have on here, which I'm very proud and honoured to be part of. So we've got Easter this weekend. You may have seen my short video that I did about the true meaning behind Easter. What we have to remember is that a lot of the old pagan traditions have been around since year dot that gave us full power, consciousness and openness to the divine have had to be curbed down and boxed in. And so many of the certain traditions that we have followed, the mainstream ones actually, have been changed into religious connotations. So I would like to celebrate spring, renewal, fertility with the spring goddess Ostre, which has now been changed into the resurrection of Christ. There's nothing I'm saying against religion or Christ, but it's the truth. And so the truth has to get out there some way or another. So enjoy your Easter eggs. Karen and Sharon have sent me the biggest tray of Ferrero Rochers. It's just going to add to my fatness. God, they're so kind, but so naughty. But enjoy Easter. Have a beautiful time. It's a blessing time of regeneration, rebirth, renewal. Hence why we see the egg. And it's rather good that they come in chocolate form, isn't it, darlings? It's also a reconnection with your family, whether you like it or not. So have the best time you possibly can. I haven't done this for a while, but I feel the need. I was going to look at Precious and I thought, no, I feel the need to go back home. And what that means is I'm going to go up to the Crystal Palace. The Crystal Palace is a man-made title given for us to help identify a structure that holds every layer of consciousness, every chamber of every fibre, being and connection from source. It's a home of the angels. We have the High Court there. We have various chambers of halls of learning. We have the reality layer where we go up to heaven, as you all know it. There's all sorts of wonderful things there, including our alien friends up there as well, if they wish to come in through one of the portals there. So I'm going to send my frequency up there. I've already prepared them. Yes, I have. And I'm going to see what messages we've got, basically, from heaven to address us during this time of chaos. It isn't chaos, it's time of change, and it is the time that the Age of Aquarius, and we're now in the year of the fire horse, take us into a sense of galloping towards our new change and our new way of being. So that's the way to view it. It is during this chaotic time. It's not chaos, it's exposing what needs to be changed and changing it. You can't fix things that aren't broken, and this is why everything seems broken, but it really is all about us coming back to this beautiful stage of euphoria, balance, healing, love, compassion and respectful energy throughout the planet, which we've sadly lost along the way. So I'm going to go up now and see what messages heaven has for you and humankind. I'll see you on the other side. I'm excited. I haven't done this for so long. So let's see what happens. As I say, I've prepared myself and made my connections. I've started sniffing already. So obviously Juliana, this is helping the link. If you don't know who he is, he's one of my guides, my main soul guide. I just need to put myself, that's it. Okay. So let's see what we have for you and for humankind. And if this resonates, let me know below. Please send this to people that may be stuck in that darkness and are not joining our beautiful 5D light. Okay, let's see what we've got. How exciting. I'll see you in a bit. Before we even get up to the palace structure, to that frequency, I'm currently holding hands and looking at Julianus, and he's just wanting to give a message now. Now, what he's imprinted, funnily enough, I've actually got one on from Karma. I know I keep nicking them, but he's showing me blue crystals. So we're going to look at blue lace agate, Larimar, celestite. Oh, I'm trying to think. It's really hard to think when I'm linking with him. You know, you get what I'm saying, okay? Blue crystals. And I'm asking him why. He's placed them on my crown chakra, my third eye chakra, my throat chakra, my heart chakra. But he's left the lower ones as they should, which is the solar plexus yellow, sacral chakra, which is the orange, and base chakra red. So this is all about divine consciousness. This aligns with what I was just talking about with the Age of Aquarius. We are learning to become a collective, but we are not part of a drone system where we're all droning within each other and losing our own identity. The whole part of the Age of Aquarius is for us to collectively align with frequency and consciousness. So that means that what we think and what we put out to the universe, what we absorb, what we intend, will be linked to other consciousnesses on the planet. So it's very important to be aware of what you give out. The reason why he's placed, thank you, the reason why he's placed these crystals on these divine elements is that they represent communication and balance. Archangel Raguel is the archangel of balance, harmony, and he brings justice to all that is trying to take place. You'll know about this when I've been introduced to him, and it was all detailed in my book, Me, Myself and I. So he is literally flagging, along with my guide, my soul guide, the importance of blue crystals. These represent communication. Communication is key at this time and structure on this planet. So by us verbalizing healing, light, love, compassion, benevolence, joy, hope, faith, by us voicing this, intending it and sending it out through this communication field, we are actually spreading our divine beauty, if you like, to the collective that are already there. The more that are amassed within the collective, the more that we have the strength to go beyond our own consciousness as an awakened species to those that are, if you like, asleep. So what we're trying to do is become the power we used to be before we were indoctrined by religion, education, medication, government, and all the rest of it. We're literally going back to our original, beautiful, pure roots of existence and pure consciousness. So this means that we have an integral part as an individual to own our sovereignty and our own power. So when I'm saying about us not being droned into one collective, yes, we'll be a collective consciously, but we will also stand and identify our own powers, our own kingdom, if you like. So when you, I will, it's telling me to make sure I explain it. So when you become awakened, and hence why I've been inspired to recently send out symptoms and signs of awakening consciousness, or your clairs, clairvoyance, clairgustance, clairalience, claircognizance, all of those, I've been inspired to send those out to you so you can start looking in the mirror and seeing what your strengths and fortitudes are as you awaken. Each of you will have various abilities that can be used for the greater good, and also to help embrace and assist in your daily challenges with you, family, friends, career, home, and structures that need that on the base chakra line. So this is why the base chakras have been left out. It's just the divine, this communication, this connection, which also means communicating with oneself. Communicating with oneself means that you need to check in with yourself, look in the mirror and find what is lagging, what is lacking, and what needs to be projected and what needs to be worked upon. Find your strengths, find your personas, find your reasons for being through meditation, grounding, listening to others of like-mindedness, joining those of like-mindedness. So this could involve you going to your local spiritualist centres, forums, connecting on channels such as this for you to be inspired. By sitting in your own energy, walking in nature, this is when the divine can reach you. I can't tell you this enough. You don't have to just sit in an intended meditation for you to receive messages from the divine. Some will not be as clear as others. Some will be more aligned to your personal path, and they will feel as such as an idea or a sudden thought, and you may not even recognize that this has been brought from a divine being. whatever source this may came from. You may connect with your star cousins, you may connect with your guides, you may connect with family spirit that are there in the reality layer. And so we ask that you look into your strengths, your weaknesses, what needs to be rectified, what needs to be eradicated from your soul system, and what you can work and build upon. You have been conditioned for eons of time and being shown that you are merely a mortal human being going through a 3D process on this planet. This is the time for us to awaken you to the fact that you have full connection to the whole realms that are available to you on every frequency and consciousness line. You have availability to timelines. You have availability to investigate your soul in the quantum space. You have the availability to connect home to any star systems that you may have created your origin from. You have to remember you were created, your light, your frequency, your sound, your colour was created from star line frequencies. And so you have to remember this and send yourself back into this form of consciousness. It's very difficult to do this due to the ego structures that have been incorporated into daily life, into social aspects, political aspects and religious aspects. Can you just slow down for me, please? I'm half having him talk through me, half repeating his conversation. And it's going a bit quick and I'm seeing too many visions. I just need to slow down a bit. This is potentially because I haven't done this for a while and it's trying to push so much in. You have to be aware that time communication is completely different in these realms that I am blending with and are far swifter. A nanosecond to them is potentially a month for us. Hard to get your head around. Some of you will be open enough to understand parallel shifts, timelines, and universal shifts and portals. Others may not be ready for this. We ask that you start at your basic needs, hence why the mirror work needs to be done. This doesn't existentially mean that you have to stand in front of a mirror. This means that you have to sit with oneself, with your journals, with yourself walking in nature, grounding on Gaia's powerful planet to find out your reason for being. Nobody can tell you this. Nobody can assuade you to a certain line of how you wish to live your life. This is down to you to listen to your intuition, to listen to your feelings, listen to those small hunches, as you call them, to bring in line what you need to work on. So for instance, let us have a look at a human example for your mind map to understand and negotiate what we're trying to address. For instance, if you feel lost, have been through grief, trauma, change, unexpected tower events, as I'm using Nicky's peripheral visions here, the Tower card would be the unusual events that have happened and crumbled your foundation of hope, faith, structure, whether this could be on a pentacle route to do with your money structure, emotional, spiritual, or anything to do with what you wanted to progress has now fallen apart. This is what is happening on a planetary level, and this is what is necessary for us to rebuild the structures on strong and true foundations of our ancestors and of those that will be connected with our ancestors closer than they ever have, our future leaders. Now, the examples are that rather than you concentrate on what has happened, rather than going into fight or flight, which is a natural thing that is created within your hormonal structure of your physical body, you need to fight these, the ego, the fear, the worry of what has transitioned. You need to stop focusing on why me, and potentially we like to go into this victimhood mode because it reminds us of our mothers or parentage covering us, blanketing us and telling us it will be okay. Sometimes when we go into why me mode and why we go into why has this happened to me is for us to invite sympathy, to invite comfort. And of course, by all means, you can invite this comfort, but you cannot allow what has happened to you to be overwhelming you. So we ask that you take that walk in woods, you sit with yourself for 10 minutes, you speak with trusted friends, or you go into your own space. And when you clear your mind, it gives us that vacuum space of energy to come in and impart guidance and how you can go forward. Some of the answers that we give you are unexpected. Some of them are challenges that you do not wish to take on. Some of them are going beyond your comfort zones. However, these are all needed for you to freshly walk out into an unknown, take it back, unknown horizon, and know that you are carried, you are guided, and that you must have that leap of faith and trust that we have you. So you look into possibility, adaptation, how you are going to react to the change, as opposed to staying in the victim mode of why has this happened? Does this make sense? To walk, lift yourself, appraise yourself, and move forward from any challenge or change within your life is the best and most courageous thing to do. This is why we incorporate the frequency of Archangel Michael to bring you that courage to change. Archangel Jeremiah to review what's taken place, and then invoke Michael to take that change forward, to give you the strength to not care of the outcome or the initial results, to just focus on the end goal, the end line of where you wish to be. By taking on a spiritual concept, a spiritual approach to everything that you face on the earth plane is your answer to all of your problems, queries, fears, doubts and worries. If you hand everything over to your personal higher power, no matter of the source, you will work out the puzzles that are brought to you whilst on your human experience. So, in short, which is exceptionally difficult for both I and Nicola to address, is that in short, when things are taking place that pain you, worry you, or bring your energy down, you have to reach out to your higher power. You on a mainstream have forgotten that your consciousness can lift and reach any sentient layer of intelligence. Once you remember this and you align your energies to the divine, nothing will be as stressful or difficult ever again. We can show you your true life purpose, your potential. We can show you small anecdotes and small mirrors of life experiences. We can bring them to the fore to help you get through whatever issue or problem you are facing. In your triumphs, we will remind you of these as you perpetually connect with us. We can also appertain to reminding you of your strength and giving you various memories that you may have chosen to forgotten that will bring you strength to take on whatever you're going through. We are mindful of your histories, and also we have the knowledge through the Akashic records to know what you've endured, what you have triumphed on, and what you've achieved in previous lives, in previous missions, either down here on other planets or in different form. Yes, you have been in different forms. Some of you again may limit your consciousness and your belief systems to know that you could have been part of the Fae. You could have actually lived a life on an alien planet. Alien to us is a word that we almost would, if we were human, wince at, because alien makes it sound like it is of a foreign object, as something that doesn't belong in this consciousness and this timeline on your planet. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. These are our friends, our beings, and we have forgotten that they are our allies. We have forgotten that they are our spiritual cousins, and that they can bring as much strength, benevolence and teachings as many of our aspired masters up here do. There will become a time in the near future, during this transitional change we find ourselves in, that the learned alien, if we like, the alien race leaders, spiritual gurus, as you call them, will start interfacing with you. So we will not only have the known prophets and seers that you adhere to, we will also bring in our star friends, and spiritual leaders that will help inspire you. Please know that some of the spiritual and religious aspects of your planet will crumble and be less revered. And this is where alien energy will also come in, along with high court members, prophets and seers that will come down and guide you. You must not give your energy or power to these leaders. You must embrace them and take on board what you wish that will help strengthen your sovereignty and your own belief systems and your power. We ask that you not place anybody or anyone on a pedestal. You take what you need for your own efficiency and for your own growth and knowledge. Never distrust or have lack of faith in what your potential is. You have been conditioned from birth to be placed in controlled environments. It is now time for you to release yourself from those controlled environments and find your space, your peace, your strength and your knowledge. For once you just spend, even if it's an earth TikTok time, 1 minute here daily, or 2 minutes or 50 minutes, however long you wish to give yourself to your home, which could be your planet. As I say, reality guides angels. If you give yourself a minute of time to connect up, you will be inspired. You will get ideas, hope, help, guidance, advice. This is what we are here for, and it has been sadly lacking that we have broken down communication systems for so long. Those that have held the torch of faith, those that have held the torch of knowledge, those that hold the secrets of our past are now coming to the fore. Listen to them, align with them, and you will awaken yourself to the same knowledge. You have been limited into what you are capable of. We are now here to release those limits. We are now here to bring you the freedom of your consciousness so that you can look through the illusions that have been placed upon you since you were incarnated onto this planet. You will see through the words, behaviour of certain individuals on this planet that are on your screens. The interbox will be a place of reflection as opposed to belief and complete faith and trust. You will see through those that speak not well, and you will identify those that will feed your soul, as you will by choosing various spiritual ambassadors. You will choose the ones that resonate with you and your soul, and it will take you further in your development, guidance and awareness. Nobody is excluded from joining the consciousness. You have just been told this throughout your whole lives. All you have to do is dedicate 1 minute to sitting in your silence, clearing your mind, and we shall do the rest. Again, the harmony that we require is always accented by you being by Gaia's energy, whether this be in your woodlands, your parklands, your oceans, your sands, beaches, anywhere that takes you away from technology and the impression that certain gatherings on this planet wish to impress upon you. What I mean by this are there are leaders from every aspect of our social, political and governmental groups that wish to instill what you can or cannot do. We will never, ever tell you what you can or can't do. We will see your soul. We will know your soul. We know the history of your ancestors, and we can guide you and show you exactly what you need for you to embrace a triumphant incarnation this time round amongst all the chaos that is taking place. Chaos we use as a word that you would understand. However, we do not see this as your human title, chaos. We see this as the cleansing, the eradicating, the harmonizing of all of the consciousness and frequencies that we need to have in place on this planet. To dig out this dark infrastructure, of course, there will be a pile left. And this pile will be what you see on your screens and on your inboxes. And this is something that we will help you see the truth through. Find your truth. Seek your allies in your spiritual growth and development. Explore your soul, your psychic abilities, your awarenesses, and choose to take them forward, strengthen them, polish them. Use all of the tools that have been created throughout time to assist this. So now I shall show the imagery. What am I seeing? Divination tools. So he's talking about using your cards, pendulums, crystals, flame work, mirror work, sand scrying, water scrying, grounding, meditation, mindfulness, thoughtfulness, journaling, automatic writing, attending spiritual classes, being amongst like-minded people more than the non-awake, if you like. For your own well-being, for your own personal joy, for your own happiness, the only way to properly navigate the changes that are afoot, especially till the Gregorian year of 2032, is for you to reach up to us. For you will see a completely different version of the events that are taking place on this planet. And you will see the full truth of why and how and when it will happen. Trust yourselves to do this. We ask you to do this. We ask for you to communicate with us. We ask for you to aspire to raise your vibration so that we can guide you all and show you what and how to put out to the universe, so that we can create a universal front to get to a certain strength and level that will then radiate out to the darker corners of the planet. Your consciousness joined together will be the strongest thing and will create the biggest fear for those that work from the shadows. Who's now standing beside me and linked arms with me. I know this route. I'm up there already. I didn't have to go through the normal protocol. I'm on a path. I recognise this path very, very well. I've seen it since I was a child. It's woodland to my right. I'm on like a gravelly path. I have Catherine on my left elbow. I have Khan walking behind me. These are my guides. And Julianis is on my right, and they're walking me along the gravel path. A darling little girl. Oh, bless your heart. I don't know if she will be someone that normally always is 100%. It has been in the past. She's got a fringe or bangs, if you're watching from the US. She's got fair brown hair, soft, beautiful, thin hair, quite straight, tiny little wave to it. The most gorgeous, biggest eyes and long eyelashes. Is it holly? Or it could be Christmas time that's relevant for her passing on anniversary. She's a spirit child. She's very happy. Got the most gorgeous cheeks. This feels like some sort of rare blood disorder or blood cancer, or rare cancer that took place, and she's passing most probably around 5 or 6. Darling, she has pushed herself through the reality layer into my path to make you aware that she is happy and well. If there is anybody that recognises this beautiful girl, let me know in the comments below. Just brought December up again. She's a little darling. I don't know why. She's in red, or she's talking about Red Riding Hood. Perhaps that's what you used to read her. But she's in a red top or red dress, red outfit. And she's very happy. And she's humming and twirling and she loves nature, like bugs and butterflies, and she's walking off through a meadow full of different wildflowers. Perhaps you've done a little wildflower thing for her, or done a little nature spot for her in the garden or something like that. But she is happy, safe and well. You're welcome, darling. Off she goes. Off she goes. It's a scarecrow there, darling. Did you just create that? Scarecrow there. Don't know what that means. Oh, it's just, there's a scarecrow next to her. She's walked past it. Nice one. Really cute one. Okay, darling. Perhaps her family do live rurally or on a farm or something like that, but she's gorgeous. God bless you, darling. She's not alone. She's just showed her imagery as being here, but she is so safe and well and beautiful. Distant memories of what she endured. She endured a lot in the hospital environment, I'll tell you that now. She did nothing but smile. Nothing but smile. Something wrong with their gums or a teeth or a mouth. I'm getting this really weird feeling in my mouth. It's a tube. What's hooked in there, darling? Something discomfort around the mouth there. It's awful. So you remember. It doesn't mean a lot though, does it, darling? Because you're now in this bliss that you find yourself in. Yeah, that's true. And yes, that's very true. It's amazing how children, you think they'll just remain a child, but they're obviously realigned back to their ancestry and their true soul age. And she's just saying, this is what we come home for, to be back in this bliss. Unfortunately, the people that are connected with us down there just remember the hell. They remember the pain, and that's totally true. And, you know, we have to be aware that these aren't fairy tale endings to make you feel better. Oh, don't worry, you'll go to heaven, it'll be lovely. It is an absolute truth. But, you know, the people that are trying to control us can't allow that truth, because then that means we've got access to everything and we're fully powerful again. And she's just back home. It's almost like you're away. She isn't. You're away. She's with you all the time. She makes a very significant statement by saying that. Nobody goes away from us. We are away from them just on this little trip. That's really, really clever. You're right. She hasn't gone anywhere. You have. And you'll be back soon. Back home. It's that simple. Not soon as in you're going to pass soon, but to them, it's like a minute. To us, it's like 60, 70 years. Do you know what I mean? They've got no thought process, ecosystem of time, weeks, days. They're aware of spikes of energy when it's their anniversary, your anniversary, when they need to come down. They can read your energy, your emotional state, when they need to see a sign, when you ask them in prayer or you ask them in meditation or just ask them, like, I want you to be here, they'll come. They hear and resonate with everything. They are tuned in to your energy. Not where you are, what you're doing, okay? So if you, so like the, God, if I had a fiver for everybody that asked me, if everybody asked me, you know, when I move, they know where I've gone. They are pinned into your consciousness, location and frequency. They are your soul family. They are glued to you, your energy. So it doesn't matter where you go. There's a homing beacon between you all. Your soul family are literally like this, and they will go nowhere without you, and they're always with you. And I get it. I've gone through the worst trauma and grief, and some days I'm like, shut up, I don't want to know about that. But I know the truth. The truth is they get over it. They've gone home. We're the ones that are away for the time being. Yeah, that's true. Whoever said that. Someone's just, it's like people that went away to the war. We're all home and as safe as we can, being connected, and they're away at the war. This is pretty much what it's like. We're down on the war zone in more ways than one, you know? So it's very significant. Thank you for that, darling girl. Sorry if I got your name wrong, but I can just see Holly. I don't know if that means your time of year or it's your name, but you've gone now, so. Beautiful sun, bees buzzing. There's something to do with her mouth. Oh my God. Don't know if that's where it started. I just don't know what's going on there, but unless you feel that on your mouth, but that pain's gone. So I know that was hers. There was some sort of discomfort to do with the mouth, throat area. But then there's this itchy, touchy thing going on. So perhaps she touches your face. Let us know in the comments below, darling, if this sounds like your darling and if you experience that sort of thing. Yeah, she's around a lot. There's a lot of anxiety with this family. The mum, female energy of mum by the looks of it, because I'm starting to pick my fingers and feel I think she's just trying to, it's okay, that kind of feeling. Amazing. I never know where I'm going to end up with this. Okay, there's a man in a long robe. This is a new one. Never had this before. Okay. Is there a St. David? This man's called David. He would be recognised through the Bible, religion, something like that. He's bearded, typical beardy, not like Jesus, so he's got quite short hair, long white robe, and he's holding the man-made Bible in his hand. He's saying, I'm David. So I don't know if that's the Book of David he's representing, its imagery in that way. I don't know. Thomas. Can you hear that? Can you let me know if you heard that then? Or is it clairaudient? Who's shouting at me? Gone. Hello? I'm not in that frequency, David. I can't. What is that voice? Okay, I can't hear. It's gone. Okay. Obviously wasn't meant to speak with me, as they perhaps would have changed the frequencies. I don't know who that was. I'm a disciple. Okay. Okay. This is now taking me to a rock. I'm sitting on this large rock with him. And he's putting his fingers through a book. I'm assuming it's the Bible, I'm not sure. He's talking about end of days. I'm just going to repeat what he says. It's easier. Hang on. Part of the trajectory of the end of days, Armageddon, where we talk about the boiling of the waters and the locusts, we also refer to the coming of death. We talk of the apostles, the riders, the dark riders. We talk of many things that have been held within the context of all the different versions of the Bible, Old, New Testaments, and different faith structures been incorporated into these books. Part of this has been integrated to surmount to some fear that we condition ourselves to make sure we're the best we can be, to eradicate the apparent sins that have been identified by various religions. Horseman. Yeah. Apocalypse. Okay. Can I, with respect, put it in my... I don't think you'll allow me to fully channel your energies. That's what my intuition is telling me due to my energy structure. So can I repeat that and try and make it human, if with due respect? Okay, so what he's saying is that there's lots of talk in the Bible, apparently, of, I do know some of it, you know, the end of days and Armageddon and judgment and the beast rising from the sea and God knows what. Part of this is an incorporation to keep us holy, keep us believing in Christ, God, whatever you mean. You know, don't sin, because otherwise this is going to happen to us. And the threat of darkness, the threat of the beast, the threat of Pan, who is a beautiful pagan god, but is now deemed as a devil. That's another story. And all of this, some of this was instigated into to bring fear that you have to condition yourself to behaving by the rules. Okay, this is going to ruffle a few feathers. Oh my god. Some of you, sorry, some of the written words were incorporated which was against our wishes, but we didn't have control of it because it's been translated and written many times over the millennia. Yeah, the ancient scriptures and the ancient tablets are the ones that pretty much were adhering to our frequencies, but it's all been changed. So part of this was for fear, that if you don't behave or you don't observe the rules of your religion, then this is going to come about. It was fear that you've got to stay good, because if you don't, then this is going to happen. But there is part truth in some of the end of day scripture, which is referring to the times we find ourselves now on this planet. And this has taken place on other planets where they have a complete reset, if you like, but not in the New Order reset I'm talking about. That's me saying that. Right, not in that respect. We need to change what has gone so badly wrong. And so end of days really means the end of days of how they are going now, how they're being run now, how everything on the planet is not running smoothly. Everything that is wrong in the planet needs to be rectified. So this is almost an Armageddon, end of days. This is like the apocalypse, but it's not in a horrific way. It's in an alarming way. We see the wars, we see the opposition, we see the challenges of governments, we see the threats of governments, we see various countries getting involved in this conflict, and it creates that perfect resonance of fear. But we need to, and I'm sure your ambassador has said to you before, I have, that you need to send out peace, you need to send out compassion, love, and comforting energy to the victims of this reset, if you like. Because you are most conditioned and you are most pliable when you are in fear. when you are lost, when you feel vulnerable. There is so much that we can do when it comes to helping and inspiring humans. Free will allows certain words and structures to go into these certain religious books that aren't true or correct. Some have a basis of truth. Others have been either rectified, completely changed, completely removed, or fastened to whatever makes the adherence to that certain religion easier. As the ambassador has said, can we go back to normal speech in a minute? As the ambassador has said, still third party. You will see new eyes on religion and stability of religious houses. This is also something else that has to come into effect and change. There will also be further attacks on certain, what's that, seminal? I don't know what that means. Seminal? Seminal modality, seminal origins. It seems this recurring theme, he's making me feel recurring theme. Do you know, like we've always heard of the persecution of the Jewish, the beautiful Jewish, and it seems like that will continue, unfortunately. There's some sort of, again, it's a beautiful, strong, resilient religion, but it's always been attacked. I know there have been a couple of attacks recently on synagogues. I'm sure I've seen that. Online, I fear there may be a couple more. Potentially we could see religiously motivated crimes, attacks, because they're crumbling and the truth be seen. The problem is these attacks will be done by those that aren't awake, that aren't spiritually aware of the facades that these religious parties create. You know, they're just, I am not desecrating any religion. I will make that completely clear. But the concept and the man-made rules, regulations and observances that have been incorporated into these religions, you must do this, you mustn't do that, that's a sin, that's not allowed, you can't eat this, you can't do that, you can't do this. It's all been added by man. It's all been added by ego. It is not God's word. It's not. Some of it is, some of it isn't. And my God is not a God that you have to, you know, become Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, Catholic. My God is the all-powerful source of sentience, light, energy and knowledge that holds all of the cycles of our ancestors. And yes, we have had spiritual ambassadors on this planet speaking their truth, such as Jesus, such as Buddha, and they're all the most wonderful, wonderful, beautifully inspired, pure consciousness beings on the planet, which their word, their scriptures have been changed for manipulation. The only truth that you may seek in me being present here, standing as one of the disciples, is by you aligning yourself to source yourself, for then you will know the truth. And when you align to the truth, this is when you question, and this is what will create various temples and structures to be diminished, questioned, put to judgment, if you like, for what you will learn from your own musings, your own connections, will be completely different to what you've been told that you must adhere to down here. This will be another part of the consciousness shift which will create conflict. So we could again have more religious connotations to conflict than we already have. It's already started with political leaders. It's already started with the desert wars we find ourselves involved with. More and more countries will get involved. This is going to, as I said before, there's going to be like a black thread that goes out to Europe. I've already said this, and there's going to be no fly zones, flights cancelled. Do you know what? I just, if I was you, it's up to you. You either go completely away from the conflict or you just stay vacation. Because, can I just divert from here a minute, please, David? Because hang on, sorry, I've lost. Because everything's going to be affected. Food supply, oil supply. This is the reason. Thank you, David. Wow, I get it. So when we were first on the planet, we had free access to every resource that was provided. Healing, plants, vegetation, oil, electricity. Everything we needed to thrive on this planet was provided. Everything. Everything. And what's happened is over time, free will and the growth of the ego structure in the human body, mind, soul, there's been a need to control and then drip feed to the masses. So we should have free fuel. It's been there the whole time, but someone takes it, controls it, sells it, creates money, creates a money structure. Someone who had free consciousness to all of the most divine beings has now limited to, you can only reach the word of Christ if you join him. You can only do this if you eat this. You can only do that if you adhere to our rules. It's like they've also, you can only give money to this. You have to give gifts to these monks. You have to do this. You have to do that. So again, they've created a trade-off for religion, belief and faith when it was free and open and you had direct consciousness to every frequency on the planet. You know, we wish to create a society where we're safe. Well, we'll do that, but you're going to have to pay for it. Well, no, why can't we all just work in compassion and love, stay connected? Because that's how we did to begin with. And we were just there as communities, helping each other, aligning ourselves to the stars, sun, moon, earth, planet. No, we won't do that. So what we'll do is we'll create people that are different from you. We will put uniforms on them. We will tell you that you've got to listen to them. And if you don't, there's consequences. If you speak your truth, there's consequences. If you stand up against what we've created in our little boxes that we put you in, you will pay for it. Everything you have to pay for. So what's happening is that the ramifications of this conflict are now stopping natural oil supplies and who has what rivers they own, what they do. I saw all this. I saw these ships and frigates and the water war, if you like. I'm sure it's coming to transition. And it will for somehow bring around to the fact that most of our wars and conflicts is due to control of natural resources, religion, politics. You know, everything we've created is now being questioned, and everything that the ego's created throughout millennia is now backfiring on us. So the end goal of this is not to listen to the rules and regulations. The end goal of this is not to read the word of something that is now starting to crumble, whether it be a political leaflet or whatever. I'm not asking you to turn away from your religions. I'm asking for you to question them and question your divinity, question your sovereignty, question your own power on what helps you to fuel love and peace on this planet and harmony. And if it involves faith, that's absolutely fine. You need to find it for yourself. You need to find your own personal power. and see what truth you want to live and not what you're being told to live. And the newer generation that are coming in will question this because they'll be so divinely connected. They are being born into the thinnest veil on the planet. We've had alignments of planets in the cosmos that have never been aligned to this planet in thousands and thousands of years, which is now culminating. Everything is going towards a huge change of the trajectory and growth of this planet. And alien technology, which really is all of our consciousness, we call them alien, but they are actually part of us, just in a different space. The technology of being able to hear other languages as fluid as your own language. The reason why this technology has been incorporated is because, again, a way to break the masses, section the masses, was to change faith, language, culture, because we were all one and we were too powerful. So if we divvy these various people into certain cultures, languages, we are diluting down the strength of the masses. So there's technology now that's brought in so that you can place it around your physical body and you'll be able to hear exactly what someone's saying despite their language. The barriers are being broken through AI technology and the technology that's been brought through inspiration to the people that are more open to being inspired from alien intelligence, alien connection, source. Is this clear? We are bringing in technology to bring you back as one. And whilst I sit here in my robe holding one of the oldest books on the planet, but it's not the oldest book. It's not the oldest book. I still have access to technology. I still have access to understand that you sit in front of screens. I see you with your devices in your hands because we're all connected to source. The fact that we chose to incarnate at various times on the Gregorian planet is irrelevant. We have access to everything that you see and know. It is fed back to us. Your consciousness is fed back to us. We register this. We take all of our feedback. We take all of the consciousness we received and we send it to the High Court. The High Court are the strongest and most coherent sentient beings on the planet that all exist in one frequency, coming from different parts of the universe, different planets, different timelines, different parallels, different spaces, different portals. And we align together in intelligence, and then we send out what we believe. Those that are open to receiving our transmissions will help them and help humankind and help that planet. So really, every single one of you that listens to this, that is open to the frequency of this throat chakra communicating their knowledge to you from the knowledge from us, you are becoming part of our kingdom. You are a kingdom in your own right. And then you further vocalizing what you've learned, what you've been designed to do, what you've been imparted with through either whisperings from us during meditation, during your times where you've cleared your mind, your soul, your energy. You then impart this on. Communication is the key. Hence why we had our learning friend Juliana's talk of this in the beginning of this connection with the ambassador. We have never wished rules, indoctrination, tyranny, control over humankind. And what makes us almost laugh if we were human, and we have to use a human title, laugh, would be what entertains us is the fact that the biggest influence on your planet to help you deal with what's been happening, because everyone has turned away from the natural resources of the planet, are our star friends. And yet because those that run your planet know that this is the biggest threat, make them the most feared possibility of invading your planet. They are teaching you to fear your star cousins. They are teaching you that every time there is contact, there will be subliminal words placed within your media: invasion, body snatching, end of days. Couldn't be further from the truth. And again, in this utopic future that we know will transgress on planet Earth, that you will live amongst all sorts of beings. We will reintroduce the Fae as being more visible to those. We will reintroduce all of the tree sprites, all of those energies that have to remain invisible. For at the moment, anything that is not human, there will be a drive for catch it, test it, kill it. You are not ready to expose yourself to other beings being placed afore you. There will be a time where spirit energy will be just as strong as human energy. Again, we are not ready to receive this because it will be investigate it, rid it, fear, haunting, poltergeist. All of these words that have been created in your dialect are there to bring fear, coercion and control. Everything that will bring you power has been diminished. Everything that could bring you strength and guidance during your human experience has been diminished or demonized. One of the biggest lies that's ever been told to you is, or one of the biggest questions that has been asked through decades, eons of time to humanity is there an afterlife? That should not even be a question. It is a statement. It is an honour of transition. It is a natural stage of being. However, you cannot be allowed to know this truth, or you will see through all of the human tyranny that takes place, of human control. You're not allowed to be exposed to that knowledge. You're not allowed to know that you are part of the whole of the universal consciousness. You're not allowed to know that. But very slowly, you are all joining the light. You're joining the collective. You're making yourself consciously aware. And that's where the dark are panicking. We are winning the yin and yang, if you like. And the reason that I keep seeing the lamb, apparently when I go up in this frequency I'm in, last time I spoke with Jesus, there was a lamb again, and it represents innocence, purity, because he just put a wolf over the top of it and said that the darkness that prevails on the planet is the wolf. We need to remove that wolf in sheep's clothing. But it's the other way round. So he's removing the wolf, and there is the purity of the lamb of God. Patience, faith, and connection is key. His essence is beautiful, it's pure, it's divine, it's peaceful, it's full of love and mercy. He definitely had an incarnation down here. I feel that he was here during Jesus's time. He's just placed a Star of David, so there potentially could be, I always align that to Jerusalem, so I feel that there's love, strength, passion, compassion going to Jerusalem. So I don't know what's going on in the world in respect of the conflicts, but I keep feeling Jerusalem. It's going to be a hot spot because it's done that again, and I aligned Star of David to Jerusalem. all of the seers, prophets, the ambassadors that have been on this planet over millennia, do not take this lightly. The amount of lives that are being lost and the amount of lives that are being affected and maimed by all of this nonsense. But there is no other way to stop this than to just get the balance corrected, and that is going to take a massive amount of collateral damage. And the bringers of chaos have signed this contract to do this so that the chaos can be eradicated finally. There's always going to be upsets on the planet. There has to be yin and yang, but the balance is off whack. It's out of sorts. It's written. Either I need wax then. I just feel like I was playing with a beard then. Oh my God, hang on. Let me go back in. Bloody hell. Yeah, he's just curled my fingers over the Star of David in my palm in gold. So I think the seraphim are working around either that religion or Jerusalem. The shepherd. He's literally walking off, shepherding lamb. He's made absolutely, this is the observation, right? If he's from that era of Jesus, he's made absolutely no connection to the resurrection or Easter, nothing. That's what is massively poignant in my head. That's really interesting. Absolutely no reference to that whatsoever. So I've got to get out of my ego now because I'm questioning why when I shouldn't, because it's not relevant. But oh, he's walking away. White robes. He's got one of those shepherd doodahs and there's loads of lambs following him. And may I say, not to the slaughter. Oh yeah, let's not get into that. So the field that he's walking through with these lambs, there's like these big stone structured walls and they're just crumbling. And it's like, it's not a crumble as in, oh my God, it's taking the segregation down. Making it all one. That's how I read that and see that. That's how I feel it. All becoming one. So Germany must be getting involved as well then, because I've just seen the German flag. I'm back on the path again. I'm just getting random stuff. Didn't even say goodbye. Back on the path again. With my 3. Yep. Carney's hardly ever talks. He's the most beautiful, stunning looking man. He was my dad in a previous life, Native American. He does all my healing and talks of the land and things like that. And he's got his hands on my shoulders from behind and he's literally saying, you heal from the land. Grounding is so important at the moment. Gaia is one of the most powerful energies that you can stand in without even thinking about it. Just barefoot it, put your feet in water, stand on the grass, use grounding stuff that, you know, it's been incorporated into the planet, again inspired by aliens, assisting with Gaia and Archangel Ariel. All one. Nobody's different. We're all one. It will show you clarity. It will bring healing. It will help you to connect with the divine, whatever sources that you're aligned to. It will show you clarity on your path, your earth path. It will show you clarity in any decisions or choices you need to make. Eat the fruit that's given. Take the herbs that are being grown. Be conscious of how Gaia can help you. Align yourself with also your star houses. I think he means find out about your birth charts. Find out about your astrology, your standing. You know, we come from star cluster energy. So find out your birth charts, your position on the planet when you were born, so that you can work out alignment. There's so much more going on about absorbing planetary energy, cosmic energy, moon, sun patterns, like the solar patterns, eclipses. It's so huge, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger, because that's where we came from. Sun worship of the lands, and all of our pagan deities were just wiped out and changed because they were too powerful. We were too powerful. So take yourself back to your planet. Humans, take yourself back to your planet. Your planet is your sanctuary. Use it. Everything that grows everywhere within centimetres, metres of where you are now is there to help you and help nature. Use it. Okay, they're surrounding me in this huge, bright, pale blue light, which is mostly personal for me for balance, but also another imagery for you. I would envisage pale blue light at the moment, use pale blue crystals. I wonder why I've just been obsessed with them. And you've seen it last few months. Okay, just balance my energy out. They're pulling me back. He always does that. Always kiss my forehead. Khan does. My hand Carla. Oh, they're sending me in a portal through down here. It's really weird. It's like half in, half out. It's not full channeling. It's not full trance at all by any means. It's just an experience that I'm vocalising rather than just sitting meditation. Now I'm aware of me touching my crystal. I'm aware of me touching Myla. Okay, that's good. This is when I'm most like a panda. 11313. Are you absolutely no way? Fluffing hell. I felt like 15 minutes. I have no idea of time. And so they just flash all this stuff before me. And now it's an hour. That's why they've pulled me back. Right, I'm going to stop now. I really hope you've enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments below what you think, what you feel, and how it aligns to you. And as I say, I think there was a lot of religion spoken about. I will never ever diminish your faith, your religions, nothing like that. I'm purely delivering as a intermediary what the consciousness wants to give to you. It's that simple. So I really hope you've enjoyed this. I have loved going up there. Oh my God. And if you know that lovely little girl, let me know, because she's such a joy. But she's absolutely safe, well, and happy as a little, oh, she's beautiful. Really hope you've enjoyed this. I'll speak to you next time. God bless you all. Take care. Please press the like button and the subscription, because that's what will keep our tribe going. Many thanks. Love you all.